Hey everybody, this is Bailey Cooper, and I'd like to welcome you back to episode number 8 of the Super Sales Training Podcast. And it is Monday, March 27th, and I am fired up. Currently selling solar systems for residential and commercial. And my capacity with this company is I do a lot of hiring, training, and selling, and which requires a lot of energy, but in reality, it's the same amount of energy that I had on my first job, which was at Burger King. And today I want to talk to you guys about going to any lengths and to stand out and to be a top producer. And whatever you're selling, you have to be a little bit better than your competition. And what I mean a little bit better is most people are average and ordinary, and they approach sales presentations the exact same way. They don't have a script, and they go into the meeting, they deliver the proposal, and they never follow up. And if you throw in a little bit extra effort and you really study your scripts, and you care about people, and you do your research, and you ask the right questions, and you develop trust and rapport, and you follow up with those prospects more than 4 or 5 times after your initial appointment, your sales are going to drastically increase. And when I was working at Burger King, I would ride my bike there, or I would walk there, and I was in high school, mind you, and this is prior to the days of cell phone. And if I needed a ride to work, I would have quarters in my pocket, and I would call people. Maybe I was at the mall, or maybe I was at school, and if I needed a ride home, I would have to line that up in advance. And let's say I used my last quarter and I got somebody's voicemail, well, I could not get a ride home, and I would have to walk. And I was willing to go to any lengths. And there was times when Burger King was open and I was on the schedule and it snowed, and I had to find a way to work, and I needed that $5.15 an hour that they were paying me, and I would show up to work. And I saved up my money, and I bought a car. And what I learned from that job, and what I'm relating this to in sales, is in commission sales, when you make effort based on your results, or when your money is factored by your results, it's easy to overlook the small things. It's easy to overlook the time that we waste during the day not planning how many prospecting touches we're going to make, who we're going to follow up with, writing a handwritten thank you note, or automating that process. I use send out cards, and I generally send about 30 cards per month. Whether I sell a customer or I don't, I send a card, and then I follow up with a text message or a voicemail. And when I'm in the neighborhood and I run an appointment close by them, I usually knock on their door and leave them a nice note on the back of my business card. And adding this, it's not very much more work, but it adds so much more value, is because I get referrals from these prospects, and I get positive 5-star reviews. And for example, tonight, my prospect failed credit, but I stuck around and I shared with them a book that helped me out, The Total Money Makeover, and I gave them a small suggestion that I learned from that book, and I recommended it to them, and I set up a follow-up for when they thought maybe their credit was going to come back up a little bit. And I'm going to continue following up with that prospect past that time until they buy or die. And at the end of the presentation, I asked if they knew anybody who could benefit from my services, and they gave me a referral. So when you're different, when you actually throw in that little bit of extra and you're extraordinary, it goes a long ways, and you can generate more referrals, make more sales, and you want to be a little bit different and better than your competition. So what are you doing on a day-to-day basis that makes you better than your competition? What is your competition doing that makes them stand out from you? How are you providing more value to your customers? Think into the future. How is your business going to evolve and change? And are you prepared for that? I constantly get prospected because I'm running recruiting ads for sales reps from people that either want to sell me leads, or they want to interview for my job, or they want to sell me on how we can be joint venture partners. And I have to be very careful and look at, is my time and the value that I have to bring to the table going to complement what they have to bring to the table, or is it going to be a waste of time, and is it going to slow me down? So a lot of times I say no, 99% of the time. And this one example, recently somebody reached out to me, and I pay on average about $900 to $1,000 per sale. If you look at the total cost on generating the lead, running the lead, and paying out the commission to my door-to-door sales reps. And I was offered $100 per lead. And if we run 5 leads for $500 and one of those sells, then that's a really good investment for me. So I was open to this conversation, and towards the end of the meeting, I asked him if he had a website. I said I'd like to do a little bit of research and maybe check a reference or two, ask if he had a testimonial or a happy customer. And he said he didn't really need a website. He just he provides a good service at a great price, and that he could deliver right away. And I said, that's nice. Do you have a website? And he said, no. So I said, well, hey man, I think that you know what you're talking about. You sound like you know what you're talking about. And you can easily start a website for as little as $5 per month. And I said, I would highly recommend it. And if you don't want to pay somebody to do it for you, you can learn how to do it on YouTube. And I recommended a website. And I also recommended a YouTube video that would show them how to do that. And if you look in the comments, in the description below, I will throw a link to a video, a guy by the name of NYC Tech Club. And so long story short, he makes the epic blunder of assuming that I went ahead and stole his domain that doesn't exist, and he accused me of stealing his company name and starting a website. So there's a lot of lessons to this, and I want to share this is because the value that he provides is way less than that of other companies. And other companies charge significantly more charging per lead than what he does. But what he missed is, one, you never make assumptions. 2, you never accuse anybody without proof. And, I just texted him back. I'm like, hey, I was actually considering your proposal. I don't know why you would think that I would do that, but I would have no reason to even try and steal your brand because I'm employed by this company. So I hope there's value in that for you. If you have a business and you don't have a website, start a website. Pay somebody $200 to create one for you, or $50 a month to host it for you. Because the value in that is you want to be able to be noticed. You want people to be able to research you. You want to have an area where people can share their comments and feedback or post reviews about your company, because that's what we're looking for when we do business with people, is somebody that we like, trust, and believe. And being different, going above and beyond just a little bit more by sending a thank you note, by following up, makes you stand out from the rest. From 80% of the people in your industry that sell, most of them don't plan their day on paper, most of them don't follow up, and most of them don't write thank you notes. So that's my golden nugget for the day. I really hope you guys comment on your favorite ideas below. Share this video with a friend, and be sure to subscribe for more helpful content in the future. So until next time, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.